Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. My name's Chelsea. You know that and I know that. I'm just a lady with a bulldog camera and too many opinions, and I'm using a different mic today because for some reason my audio, listen, you don't need to know. Just know that it's my fourth time trying to film this video. I obviously sound insane. And we'll be hydrating throughout this video with our emotional support Gatorade and trying our best, okay? So that I can go back to sleep. We're going through a sleep regression right now. Not me, my kid, which also means I don't sleep. But holy crap, the language boom he's been having lately is hilarious and amazing, and I love it. The word that he says the most clear, booger. It kills every single time.
She does not know how to do hair.
You've probably seen some craziness online with Farrah Abrams, previously of 16 and Pregnant fame and Teen Mom fame and all of that. Farrah Abrams was on the original cast of 16 and Pregnant and Teen Mom. She's been involved in quite a lot of controversy. She was online showing her booty hole, from what I remember, and getting far too many injections and stuff to being, slightly unrecognizable. Attempted multiple redemption arcs, things like that. And, rooting for her, always want her to do great things. But guess what? That's not why we're here today. So this back and forth that she has had with her latest hairstylist, not really her hairstylist, but a hairstylist that did her hair more recently, is truly insane. And it has escalated to a degree that you would not imagine. A $7 million lawsuit. And as someone who was in my opinion, a complete waste of time of a lawsuit myself, I was like, oh Lord, we gotta talk about it. So buckle up, grab a snack, and get ready to listen to me sounding like I lost my squeaker, because that's what I'm going to sound like. It's very sad. Stop right there, hot stuff. I need to tell you something extremely important. And no, it's not that I have a raspy voice. That might be super sensual. It's that this video is sponsored by Bellesa. I know, it's crazy. Bellesa is a for women, by women company that believes that everyone should feel comfortable celebrating, embracing, and really just feel empowered in their sexuality. And that's why I will continue to be sponsored by them, because I love them so much. But also, they love you and they want to keep doing giveaways with me on my channel. So everyone who signs up in the link in my description box will receive a free rose toy. That's right, a free suction rose toy with their purchase. I know, girl, get it. And that rose toy, you know it, you love it. It's that viral TikTok sensation. Talk about going viral on TikTok, girl, she is. And that's probably because she has 10 different modes and she fits perfectly in the palm of your hand. I don't know about you guys, but the only flowers I want for Mother's Day is a rose. And then there's the petal, suction and vibration controlled independently, ergonomically built to fit perfectly in your hand, so comfy, and no annoying pattern modes. Don't waste my time with pattern modes, let's get to it. And then the Pebble Pro. That's next gen power, baby. A stronger, more powerful motor for deeper and more satisfying sensations. Extended battery life and fully customizable. And has 3 precision engineered interchangeable heads. Suction, thumping, and licking. All-in-one versatility, discreet, elegant, 5 speeds for each attachment. Rechargeable, waterproof, travel ready. As I said, everyone who signs up through the link in my description box will get a free suction rose toy with their Bellesa purchase. So run, don't walk down to that description box, babe. Finish watching this video first, please. However, do it, do it, do it. And thank you again, Bellesa, for not only sponsoring my channel, but being a continued sponsor of my channel and me and y'all for supporting said sponsors. Now back to the video. Farrah Abrams, you already know who she is. One little side quest that's hilarious is she apparently tried to run for mayor of Austin, Texas, I believe is where she was. Then her team was she found this out in an interview. She's like, oh wait, the mayoral race isn't even until 2028, which is so funny. It's how are you filling out the paperwork for something to run for something like that? But then it's in 2 years. You didn't even know that when filling everything? Isn't that one of the first things you'd figure out? Other than who the current mayor is and what area it's for, that's pretty wild. Anyways, she said that her team refiled the paperwork, though, don't worry, so that she could run for a city council seat. Now, do I think that she should be more reformed before she does that and is in an elected decision-making role? Yes. Do I think she needs to learn how to take better care of her hair before she's taking care of potholes? Yeah. So like I said, one of the characters in this is Farrah. The other one is Hair by FKN Slay. I think it's supposed to be Hair by Effing Slay. But either way, her stage name or pseudonym or whatever you want to call it is Slay. She's beautiful. She's a hairstylist in Fort Worth, Texas. And her bio on Instagram even says not a celebrity hairstylist. I believe as of I think a week or two ago, maybe it was last week, it said not Farrah Abrams celebrity hairstylist, but now it just says not a celebrity hairstylist. She's very talented from what I've seen. And all of this happened earlier this month in or on April 13th and 14th. So on April 13th, Farrah posted this montage on TikTok where she was taking her daughter, the one from 16 and pregnant, because obviously like that was in 2009. So like, yes, do the math. The daughter's going to be like 15 now, but like, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's so crazy. What a concept. That's how time works, right? Anyways, so she took her daughter dress shopping for prom.
2026 prom, let's go. Took the ladies to dress shop. Sophia did pick this one. And shoes. Hair prep. Here we go. Look great. Sophia looks amazing.
Stuff's ready for prom, y'all.
And then Hair by Slay actually did Farrah and the daughter's hair for prom. And the stylist posted this video.
Hi, it's me. My name is Slay from Hair by Slay. If y'all want a story time on what it was like to do Farrah Abraham's hair as the hairstylist that's just rude and disrespectful and didn't get paid for her services, yeah, let me know and I'll do a story time.
And that was on the 13th. And then on the 14th of April, so about 2 weeks ago, Slay posted another video of Farrah's hair when she came into the salon. And these are the first ones that I saw. And I remember looking at it and be like, that's not Farrah Abrams. Like, that's got to be like a lookalike situation. And by lookalike, I mean just someone wearing big ass glasses with overfilled lips. So listen, sometimes I'm like, I just don't understand how people can be handed certain opportunities and then completely squander them to the point where like, look at your hair. Look at your hair. Look at it. Like, that is damage. Those are almost locks. Like, that's so much damage. So scary. I wouldn't want to get in there. That's atrocious. That's atrocious. That's not even like, I don't have money to keep this up hair. That's like, I'm not doing a good job taking care of my hair. If you cannot take care of extensions properly, don't get them. You know who takes really good care of their extensions? Jessie Smiles. You know who didn't? Me. But every time I see an episode of Do We Know Them, Hi Fellow Girlies, I look at Jessie's hair and I'm just like, I want to get extensions again. But then I don't, because I don't want to do that. I can't. No, my kid will rip my hair out. Now, Slay had also said that on their TikToks that she'd been working with commentary creator LB, who I really like. I've talked to her before, like very briefly. Her and I both had some issues with, I think it was Katie Joy, but she regularly covers that type of content, like Teen Mom and that type of like trash TV content, which love that so much. So after Slay's videos go pretty viral pretty quickly, on the 14th of April, literally the next day, Farrah sends Slay a cease and desist. That's insane. Speaking of LB, on April 15th, she actually dropped this great recap video of the whole situation up until that point.
So Teen Mom's Farrah Abraham is being exposed by her hairdresser after a prom glam collaboration didn't go as planned. And let me just tell you guys, this hairstylist has spilled all the tea, and I'm so here for it because Farrah is wrong for this one. So let's go ahead and let's get into it. So Slay is the hairstylist, the salon owner. She says she was contacted just days before prom to do Farrah and Sophia's hair as a marketing collab. Now, despite never doing any collabs in the past, she agreed because she was a fan of Farrah and she thought this would be great for her business. So she agreed. She brought in extra help. Slay spent hours getting everything ready for Farrah and Sophia's appointment. She even had to run around to different salons looking for extensions that Farrah requested because due to the time constraints, she wasn't able to order them. Now, the day of the appointment, Farrah showed up 2 hours late. Her hair was matted so bad that it took Slay and another hairstylist almost 2 hours to detangle it. Slay and her girls, they worked through lunch, dinner. This appointment lasted all day. Slay had gotten to her shop at 9:30 that morning. Farrah arrived at 1, and everyone left after midnight. So these girls put in the work, and their hair, Farrah and Sophia's hair looked great. So they did a good job. Now, the expectation afterwards it was pretty simple. Farrah was going to post the final looks. She was going to tag the girls, the salon. She was going to promote Slay and the other ladies' businesses. But that's not what happened. Because before the photos were released, Farrah and Slay had a little disagreement that led to Farrah berating Slay and saying that Slay needed mental help. On the day that the pictures and the videos were posted, Farrah tagged everyone involved except Slay. Not only that, but she took it a step further, and on her post, she says she was specifically not tagging that artist because she was rude. Slay wasn't tagged in anything or credited at all. So of course she was devastated because she put so much time and energy into this collab, and then for Farrah to just back out of her end of the agreement, like, she was shocked. Now, I interviewed Slay, and the full video is up over on my YT for anyone that wants to watch. In the interview, she shows all the receipts, text messages, videos, and she goes into full detail as to what happened, like what it was like having Farrah Abraham sitting in her chair for 12 hours.
So LB also made another video that same day, April 15th, and reported that Caitlyn and Tyler, who are other original cast members of the Teen Mom and 16 and Pregnant shows that were on like the same seasons as Farrah, they posted in support basically of the hairstylist. And Farrah responded in the most unhinged way by making threats and calling CPS.
Okay, you guys, so Farrah Abraham has admitted that she's called CPS on Caitlyn and Tyler. Then she threatened to like pull up on their street, and now they're responding. So let's get into this because it's wild. This whole situation actually started because of the hairstylist drama involving Farrah. And if you didn't see that, basically Farrah didn't hold up her end of a collab deal with a hairstylist. Caitlyn and Tyler, they stepped in to support the stylist, even helping her financially and speaking out publicly saying that she did not deserve to be treated the way that Farrah treated her. Well, Farrah caught wind of this and she went off on her IG stories. Now, I'm not going to read everything word for word, but I'm going to give you the rundown of what she said. Now, Farrah claims that she's called CPS on Caitlyn and Tyler, accusing them of abusive behavior and saying the proof of this behavior is on their podcast. She also took a very personal shot at them, saying that they're jealous that they could not take Carly to prom. And she says she is grateful that Carly has nothing to do with her trash birth parents. What a witch. Like, holy crap. Then it escalates even more. Farrah says that Caitlyn and Tyler suffer from hatred and mental illness. She calls them broke and says that karma is going to make them cry in 2026. And if that wasn't enough, she also made a post saying that she was ready to pull up on their street, and she ended that post with 3 little pew-pew emojis. Now, Tyler did respond, and again, I'm summarizing here, but Tyler basically said that he would gladly welcome CPS into their home, no problem. But he pointed out how hypocritical it is to threaten someone while calling them mentally unstable. He also said what really crossed the line was weaponizing CPS, especially over a personal vendetta. And he made it clear the only reason that they got involved was to help someone that they felt was wrong. Honestly, that's what makes this whole situation like so wild. Because at the end of the day, Caitlyn and Tyler they were just trying to help someone that Farrah didn't pay or even promote after all the work that Slay, the hairstylist, put in. So to turn around and weaponize CPS over something like that, like, it's just ridiculous. CPS is already overloaded with real cases, real children who actually need help. So using it like this over drama is just not okay. Also keep in mind, you guys, Farrah is running for public office, but is publicly attacking and threatening people on social media. So who is the real nut here?
These are the types of internet debacles that I don't want to say like I love them, because obviously it gets someone's business. It's a public figure clearly acting insane and like just not good. It's things that like on the surface, it's like, oh, I wonder what's going to happen next. Like, oh, this is entertaining. But then when you like look deeper into it, it's like, oh, this is sad. Like this person's not well. Like, good God. But in terms of like there being multiple updates each day, I'm like, oh, give me it. I love that so much. Also, I know I have been covering heavier topics on my channel lately. And so that's why I want to incorporate these more like unhinged stories every so often, like once a week or something. And it's more so just as like a palate refresher. We're still doing like TikTok gossipy craziness videos, even though we're, you know, also talking about like more serious topics too. Okay. Because this shit is, gimme my tiny grabby raccoon hands, give me it. Also, I just got my nails done. You went with a highlighter pink. Anyways, so on April 16th, Slay posted a TikTok of her husband's thoughts. And usually I'm like, come on, you don't need to insert the husband. But if like she posted the video of just like him, like her asking him what his thoughts are, then okay. But if it's like a husband inserting himself, no pun intended, we don't need to hear from you. Why are you here? You know, I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
You just said, hey, don't do Farrah's hair. That's me. I wouldn't do it. Don't do it if I were you. And here are the reasons why. I don't know. Everything seems well within your right to do. I don't know what you're supposed to. Where's the defaming part? Where's the part where you're trying to like trash who she is? You didn't say anything about her hair, like in a way that was like you were saying stuff about her hair as a hairstylist. Like go back through your stuff where you do the befores and see if it's like working with a little bit of, ooh, today this wasn't the best before, but we made it work. And I mean, you'll say that and straight up like the client doesn't, because they understand what the business is. The business is, at the end of the day, you're marketing this hair and you've done from this to this. So it's not like you're not making fun of their hair. I think you're actually being relatable, saying, hey, other people come in with this kind of hair, you can have this transformation. I think it actually makes a lot of people feel comfortable to see people maybe come in with not the best looking hair.
And then more posts on April 16th. Slay had just so many, so much media, so much coverage, different angles from this appointment, and it's glorious. So let's go ahead and watch a few of the videos that she posted from that day that she did Farrah's hair. And I don't know, like let me know what y'all think. Like maybe I just like am stuck of like seeing her. Maybe I just haven't like seen her face in a while, but like I just felt like it didn't look like her. And that's why I was like, is this like an Alexis Stone situation? What's going on here?
Really good care of your extensions. For real, all at the same time. Like you should get all that over there.
What, the mess?
I told her earlier, I was like, now this is what I mean when I tell my clients to make themselves at home, and they just don't do it.
Just go all in.
She's taking business.
Also, why is she getting her hair and makeup done for her daughter's prom, or to like take her daughter to prom? That seems weird. And I know like prom and homecoming and all that stuff is like very different than it was back in my day. Girl, we wore like ball gowns, and now they're wearing dresses from like Shein or Amazon or something, I don't know, or TikTok shop. It was very different back in my day. It was expensive ass dresses that were like so rhinestoned and sparkly and had those cutouts. Y'all remember those? I loved them. I need that to come back. I miss that. I miss that era. And we'd all go over to someone's house, the person that had like the biggest staircase to take pictures on. And then, you know, all the parents would get together and like there'd be like 20 of us, and all the parents would get together and like rent a limo for like, or a bus or something to like take us. And I don't even remember. All the girls would like spend the night at someone's house. It was usually my house. So I don't know. I was in rehab for half of high school. So I got to go to like 2, and 2 of them were at a small private school, and it was like 4 students. So, you know, it was a little different. Anyways, as you can see, like Farrah looks real happy. She's got multiple people on her. I'm sure she loves the attention and, you know, feeling like a celebrity. I don't mean that in a mean way. I don't really know like too much like about her personality and her, you know, inner workings. I don't really want to though, after knowing a bit about this situation. Now, Slay posted before and afters of the hair, and like, again, Farrah's hair, it's total neglect like of her hair. It's awful. It's scary. And then afterwards it looks amazing. It looks so good, and her makeup looks absolutely beautiful. She looks stunning. It looks healthy. It looks great. Awesome. Wonderful. Love it so much. And in this same TikTok, again, this is on the 17th. I'm looking at my calendar on my wall. So the 13th and 14th, looks like she went there on the 13th. Slay posted the videos and everything on the 14th. So that was, they went in Monday. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Why was prom on a Monday? That's weird. Maybe it was like everything actually happened like on that Saturday. Proms are usually on like Saturday, right? Anyways, so then after that weekend, they like posted everything Monday, Tuesday, then, you know, posting like more content of the craziness on that Wednesday, the 15th. Farrah sends a cease and desist on the 15th, as LB told us. And then on the 16th, which is that Thursday, Slay posted this, and it showed the before and after, her looking very happy with the hair. And again, it looked beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But then Farrah posted official press statement, Farrah Abrams. What in the Canva is this? It says Farrah Abrams is aware of the recent online post videos and public commentary surrounding a dispute with a former hairstylist collaborator, specifically regarding services provided for her daughter Sophia's prom glam session. These claims, which allege non-payment and unprofessional conduct on Farrah's part, are entirely false, misleading, and deeply unprofessional. Farrah decided to terminate the collaboration after the hairstylist began threatening her. She promptly sent full payment and blocked her further contact to protect herself and her family. This matter was intended to remain private, but the stylist's, I think it says public, escalation on social media platforms has forced a response to set the record straight. We are receiving statements from other sources confirming this is a common pattern with hairstylists like her who reach out to do other collaborations and then threaten celebrities afterwards when the collaboration doesn't meet the requirements or agreed on posting. It recently just happened to Danielle from The Real Housewives of New Jersey, sources told us. Former NTV cast members are teaming up as they have nothing else going on with their life. This is a very professional statement. This is how their show has not been renewed for another season, and they constantly do things that Farrah has done and copied. The phrasing of this doesn't even make sense. Maybe I'm just illiterate. I'm probably just illiterate. Farrah might be too. With no new season on the horizon, these former Teen Mom co-stars appear desperate for attention, recycling Farrah's past tactics and drama for relevance. This pattern of imitation and escalation must stop. Did she mean intimidation and escalation? Now, Farrah is pushing criminal and legal charges. Criminal charges? You're not the state attorney. You can't do that. This is civil. People need to stop saying, this is literally what Nicole Arbor tried to say. She's like, we're pursuing criminal charges on you. You can't do that. You're not the state attorney. You're not the people versus. You're not the people. Dear God. Okay. Farrah and her team have preserved extensive documentation, including all relevant screenshots. I can't read that next sentence because of the caption, but defamation, breach of contract, harassment, and any available criminal statutes related to fraud or false public accusations. Farrah's priority remains protecting her name and her family, including Sophia. I would assume that it's Sophia, not just, oh, hey, yeah, her too. And her thriving business reputation across entertainment, fashion, and media ventures. Thriving business reputation. You're Farrah Abrams. You don't have a good reputation. Again, maybe I'm completely, I've missed a big chapter of where she had her Trisha Paytas redemption rebranding arc, but I'm pretty sure I would have heard about that. And she hasn't done that, I don't think. Wild. She will not tolerate further defamation, privacy invasions, or attempts to exploit her platform for personal gain. Any additional false statements, targeted harassment, or dissemination of private information will be met with swift and comprehensive legal action through all available channels. What does that even mean? This is hilarious. For interviews, exclusive comments, or further inquiries, please contact. It's girl, you just said you're not going to talk about it. What? And of course, like I said, this went pretty viral, not only on TikTok, but also more mainstream as well. The Daily Mail picked it up and TMZ posted about it. A lot of other places covered it, which I'm sure she's not happy about. But it's also then don't do the thing, you know? And then Farrah also posted a screenshot of Caitlyn from MTV Teen Mom stuff, her comment on the hairstylist's video or Instagram or something. And Caitlyn said, you never once defamed her. You only spoke and shared the truth. She, Farrah, literally has no case. And Farrah put a laughing emoji and said, no, Caitlyn, the last thing any broken women should do is listen to your conspiring with your predator abusive brother, you F, is tell anyone to gaslight and abuse another person. I think you might need some Seroquel. Keep transferring trauma, Caitlyn, like you do so well. And you're one to talk with your hair. Yikes. I'm sorry you lied to yourself every day. It's not about defamation, FYI. It's business, which you do not know about because you do business. Perfect. Broken people love to predator on other broken people. Enjoy incest, Caitlyn. Looks like it did you well. Tell your brother stop being a predator. Caitlyn ran her mouth on couples therapy and then apologized right after. And it keeps going. It says, tell your sisters, something your kids, the truth one day. Giving your daughter away and MTV money never led to a brighter future for you. Damn, that's awful. Truth, facts. It's, with a lowercase s, it's choices one day at a time that equal a brighter future. Keep lurking. Unhappy incest life. And then she went on and said, to my woman abuser castmates, she said, I let you do my hair, something about a guy named Gary. This is so sad. She's going on full ass rants about her ex castmates. It's girl, let it go and just go on and on and on saying that people, they're like incestuous and saying it's blind leading the blind. And then she says, can't wait to watch Hollywood Demons for 16 and Pregnant and Teen Mom, April 21st. Oh, dear God. She says it's super sad. I have nothing, blah, blah, blah. I'm looking at the starts in beginning of 16 and Pregnant. And she's just talking about women hating, women abusing, making up things just because they can't read or take information. Crazy. And then she just goes on and on and on and on. Absolutely wild and unfortunate. But I think that right there, I know before I said like I'm not going to pretend to know much about like the inner workings of her, but I think that right there is a good example of her brain, I guess. Good Lord. And then this one on April 17th, Slay posted this and said that she's always accepting new clients and that she is not a celebrity hairstylist. And then Farrah posted on also April 17th. I'm telling y'all, that week was just 7 different updates a day. It was feeding me. Insane. Like I said, then Farrah posted, and this is still on her TikTok, but then she posted this video, and it's really, I don't want to say sad, but like read the room. Pick up on these social media cues, not just social cues. Her video has more saves than comments and not as many views as like the hairstylists, which is, I like that. On the screen, there's about 17 different captions all overlaying each other, which hurts my brain. But we're going to try our best. And it says lawsuit filed against, I assume that's the hairstylist's name. And it says a smear marketing campaign is deliberate coordinated effort to destroy a target's reputation through misinformation, out of context leaks, and character assassination. So that's just like an AI overview from Google of what a smear campaign is. Can we lock Farrah Abrams, Nicole Arbor, and Erica Kirk in a room together, please? And just let them deal with each other. And Elizabeth Teckenbrock and the Simon guy, the Tinder swindler, because he sucks too. I've learned so much more about him lately, and oh my God, he's the worst. He's still at it. So this says, point made. Thanks haters and clout chasing hairstylists who ruin hair and should not be booked. My hair bleached from Hair by Slay. Damaging and will be charged over $500,000 for purposeful smear campaigning my celebrity name. Girl, you smeared your own name. You smeared it with doo-doo. Happy we all, including haters, agree. And then she put anally, I guess she's saying like phonetically, that's how you say the person's last name. And it's like, Farrah, should you be putting anal puns on your page? Should you? We're talking about smearing reputations, and now you want to talk about that? And let me be clear. Y'all know, if you want to do whatever with your body, that's fine. I don't think that Farrah went about it the right way. Also, there technically is like no right way. It's a whole thing. It's a lot. I feel like that is a conversation that should be had, but hey, not in this video, because we need to focus on Farrah Abrams. Look at her shiny forehead. I wish my forehead was that shiny. I mean, I actually have the ability to like wrinkle though. I don't think she does. That's so much filler. Oh my God, that's so scary. Okay. Anyways, I can't even look at her. Like I'm getting distracted by her face. Then that sounds so mean. That sounds so mean. And I'm someone who loves aesthetics and injectables and like lasers and all, like I love all that stuff. But her injector should be thrown into an active volcano because that's putting profit over patient, and that's wrong. Like, look at that. That's horrible. Yikes. All right. Anyway, so sorry. Is a horrible hairstylist for damaging and bleaching my hair. Did you see your hair before, girl? That's scary. I wanted to say thanks so much to all the, I'm assuming that's the actual caption on the video. And then it says, cannot bleach and will ruin your hair, waste of time, takes long, nature narcissist, fraud, scam, hairstylist, and smear campaign market. Oh my God. I kind of wish that like people like Nicole Teckenbrock, oh my God, I just like morphed Nicole Arbor and Elizabeth Teckenbrock together. But I wish Elizabeth Teckenbrock was like kind of more like on this side of crazy, so it would be easier for people to not believe her. Yet here we are. Anyways, so let's watch this, I guess.
Thanks so much to all the hairstylists who are in between like hatred, clout, and then almost thinking they're good hairstylists by mentioning no one should have colored my hair or even wasted the chemical on it because it really doesn't need it. You can still see my roots. I honestly don't know. But whatever the Hair by Slay, her long weird name.
Her long ass, weird ass name. Perfect. Got it. I don't think Farrah's understanding that a lot of people who are in like the hair industry saw those before pictures and were like, I would have told her no, because there was like almost nothing you can do for that. Like, that's wild. And she was like, yeah, but like I wanted to help her. I didn't want to turn her away. Well, now you're dealing with this, Slay. I hope you're prepared. Either way, though, it really is great marketing for that girl, because like, I mean, she, from what I've seen on her Instagram, it looks like she does do great hair. Her work looks wonderful.
Whatever it is that she feels that she is owed, she is not owed it. She does not know how to do hair. Like everyone's admitted, she should not have put bleach on my hair. Wasted my time. And no mohawk with short hair takes 12 hours. And she didn't even do the collab she was supposed to do. She is the utmost of unprofessional, and to include 2 other women in who do not act like her, and she feels embarrassed about it. Well, everyone now knows, even the haters who join her. Bye.
Do you think life would be easier if like we were as delusional as this? Probably. Yeah, probably. That's pretty wild. It's crazy that like she's like, yeah, well, a mohawk doesn't take 12 hours. And it's like, yeah, but girl, like your stuff with all that damage and everything and like what they probably had to do to your hair, like that probably took forever, you know? Like, good God. Oof, yikes. It's also just the grandiose way of thinking of you're using my name for clout. And it's like, Farrah, that is like Nicole Arbor saying that people are using her for clout. Your name doesn't warrant success and a step up. It's like you're stepping down. That's not how that works. So then she continued on this second half of a statement that she posted. And she said, ends the immediate confrontation while still dealing with the consequences of that service that exceeded a reasonable time frame by several hours. The hair provided was unstable and did not match. My daughter's services were not completed, yet she was publicly associated with the situation without justification. I communicated clearly in advance to structure a professional collaboration. That effort was met with hostility, misrepresentation, and continued publication of false statements even after formal cease and desist notice were issued. Cease and desists are irrelevant. It's literally just a warning. It's not legally binding. It's not a gag order. I really need people to understand that. It's like Jeremy Wilson with his random emails that he sent me, and he's like, then you continued. And I'm like, you're not the boss of me. I don't have to do what you say. You're not a judge. Goodbye, weirdo. The resulting content reached tens of millions of impressions, creating measurable commercial impact tied directly to my identity and brand. Those damages, along with the reputational harm, interference with business relationships, and emotional distress, are being formally pursued. Claims include, but not limited to, defamation, misappropriation of likeness, tortious interference, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. Sure. I will pursue full recovery for all damages sustained, personal, professional, and financial, through every available legal avenue. Farrah Abrams, standing for Austin and beyond. Oh, what a saint. What a martyr. Good job. This is not limited to one incident. It reflects a larger failure in oversight and enforcement. I am bringing this same, oh my God, no. The switch up, the politician switch up we got here. This is glorious. I am bringing this same position to public office with a focus on strengthening consumer protection laws, addressing cyber harassment, and holding individuals and businesses accountable for deceptive and abusive practices. Recording and distributing content without consent is violation of privacy and digital use laws. Written communications establish my good faith participation and clear expectations. My professional record reflects longstanding legitimate work in this industry. What record are we talking about? Is that longstanding professional record in the room with us? Is it in the salon with us now? This is not a public relations issue. This is a legal matter with a clear record and documented harm. This conduct at issue is actionable, and it will be addressed through formal proceedings. There will be no informal resolution, no recharacterization of facts, and no avoidance of liability. The standard going forward is clear: consent, competence, and accountability. Girl, what about you? All future engagements are governed by written agreements, enforceable terms, and defined professional obligations. That is the minimum requirement. The industry can adjust to that standard, or it will be forced to. This last sentence is so camp. I'm Farrah Abrams, and I approve this message. What? That's amazing. You know what else is amazing? We still have 1/4 or 1/3 of this TikTok to go. She ain't done. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what's hilarious is that what we just read was the second page of The Hair Revolution Starts Now, Farrah for the People. But yet the first page is comes after the second page in this. Girl. And then she says, my daughter, and I'm not going to read this whole thing because, oh my God, I will die. This will be my undoing. I can't do it, you guys, but we'll have it on screen. Okay, hold on. This is hilarious. First of all, hello AI. At least train your ChatGPT to replace the M dashes with commas, for the love of God. Also, there needs to be a test before you vote, before you have kids. Is there a test before you become president? Because holy but before you like use ChatGPT should be able to see exactly what you're using it for. I mean, I guess it does, but like, I don't know. These people need to be stopped. And obviously like, yeah, that kind of goes against freedom of speech, but you know what? Not for everybody. Okay. I'm tired of it. Take away people's internet access, for the love of God. Nicole Arbor, Elizabeth, actually, no, I need Liz back on the internet because I got to be able to track what she's doing professionally, not in a creepy way, but to, you know, and Farrah Abrams and Trump. I need them to not have internet access. Who else? There's so many people. I cannot. She keeps referring to and like pointing out the hairstylist last name that it has ANAL in it and just keeps putting quotes around that specific part. That's insane. But it says healthy, longer hair and roots prior. When your extensions have grown out that long, your hair looks fried. It doesn't look healthy. And of course, like it can look like that. Like that could just be like the texture of your hair. And like, I don't got my hands on it, you know, I don't know. But like, that doesn't look healthy, babe. It looks gross. Maybe it was just super dirty, but like, no. And then she says, chemically damaged after shortened, ruined, and put heat on it to break hair, fried by a hair by Slay. Marcia McAnally failed the collaboration, targeted an abused customer. And then she says like, oh, and my daughter was brought into it. And it was like, you publicly exploit your daughter. Like, what are you talking about? You've exploited her since birth. You can't be mad that other people are talking about your kid and like putting her online when you have done that literally since she was in the womb. Like, what are you, ma'am? My God, it's like when scammers get mad at me for talking about the scam or crime that they do. And it's like, you're mad that I'm talking about it. How about you just don't do the thing? Then people won't talk about it. Oh my God, that's insane. Okay, and one of the last things on here is a screenshot that says, Sophia literally had another hair appointment booked. We went out of our way to help someone who had horrible reviews. That's weird. That's weird because it's like that timeline doesn't match up either. Like, why would, like it says you made that appointment, like this reminder thing. Or maybe she didn't make the appointment that day, but the appointment reminder was a week before. And then that next Monday, it got canceled for the following Thursday. Like that doesn't really make sense. It's like the selective receipts of it all. Lord. Okay. And then she ends it here. It says, the trash hairdresser didn't get paid for the hair we didn't use. A collab is free as she knew and then acted ignorant and victim to. That's an example of mental illness. Girl, this is an example of mental illness. Oh, wait, you're still thinking I care about a clout chasing liar who shows no receipts. And she said, reminder, I'm too kind. I always have receipts. If she wants me to sue her for harassment and wasting my time with her fraud, she should cease and desist immediately. You mean if she doesn't want you to sue, she should, girl. I'm not trying to like talk about anyone's reading comprehension or like maybe you're dyslexic or bitch, maybe you are illiterate. Okay. If you like actually are, then okay. And you're not, you know, but with like her and like with other, again, not to bring up Elizabeth Tuckenbrock again. But with these types of people, I don't think that's like necessarily what it is. What I see in my brain movies, as my sister says, it's them going so fast, and not to use the word manic in the wrong context. I don't like mean it in the clinical way. I mean it in like they're going too fast and they're like very, very worked up, right? And not proofreading, just posting and going and going and going. It's giving manic. I know I hate to say that, but I hope that her daughter's okay. Good God. Okay, that was a doozy. Guess what? We're not done. It keeps going. All right. So LB posted, and again, I don't know too much about like LB's. I don't want to be like, I love this person. And then y'all be like, she did this and this and this. I don't know about all that. All right. Seems like a nice girl. I like her coverage of things and the things that I have seen in the times that I have interacted with her over the years. She's been quite like professional and nice and accommodating and just like good vibes. You know, she seems really sweet. Also an enemy of Katie Joy without a crystal ball is a friend of mine. Okay. Just kidding. Just kidding. All right. I know one of y'all mother just gonna screenshot that evil face I just did, and that's okay. You can do that. All right, now let's watch LB's video for calling her out because we love that. But one thing I will say is that this type of content, yes, it performs well on TikTok, but this like teen mom stuff, the Duggars, the TLC and like the MTV, like old casts and stuff like that, the true like trash reality TV commentary, I hate calling it that because it sounds like I'm calling their commentary trash. I'm not. I think these types of people do good commentary at times, like LB, but especially with hers, it performs so well on Facebook. Like, holy cannoli, girlfriend. Crazy, crazy. If you are a content creator of any type and you are not putting even just your clips, content, videos, whatever on Facebook, I know multiple people that just from Facebook each month they're getting like $80,000 a month in just regurgitated content. It's freaking crazy. And I need to do that, but I am lazy.
Farrah Abraham claims that she is billing the hairstylist that did her and Sophia's hair for prom $500,000. So we got to talk about it because this one is wild. As you guys already know, Farrah Abraham recently scammed or, allegedly scammed a small independent salon owner out of Fort Worth, Texas. Farrah got her and Sophia's hair and makeup done. She walked out of that salon with a goodie bag full of hair care products, and she didn't pay a dime for their service. Now, I do want to be clear and say that Farrah did pay Slay, the hairstylist, $170, but that was strictly for some extensions that Slay had purchased at Farrah's request. As far as anything for the service, the 12 hours that Slay worked on Farrah and Sophia's hair, nothing. The agreement was that Farrah would promote Slay and her salon and the other two stylists. She would tag them as she was rolling out any content related to the collab. But due to Farrah and Slay having a disagreement, Farrah did not hold up her end of the deal. Not only did she not credit or promote Slay, but she said on some videos that she would not tag Slay or name her because she was rude. Now, this story spread like you wouldn't believe. Like Us Weekly, the Daily Mail, all kind of outlets were picking it up. Tons of other hairstylists stood up for Slay. The way this is played out has surely shocked Farrah because now she's making posts and videos trying to debunk what happened. And she's basically using ChatGPT to get an average of how much she thinks Slay is making off these posts. Never in my life did I ever imagine I would see someone scam someone and then turn around and try to charge them. Especially $500,000, that is bonkers. I'm hoping that she's posting this as a joke or maybe to try to scare Slay.
Absolutely, absolutely wild. So on April 18th, sorry, I keep looking at my calendar. I'm trying to get the days of the week right, which also I need to change that to May, girlfriend. I got so much going on in May and in June. I'm so excited for all the stuff I got coming up. All right, so April 18th, which was the end of that original week, which is Saturday, right? Slay reposted Farrah's video, but comes in with her own receipts, which we love. Now, let me know, are y'all the type of people who, I know, not to mention Jessie again, but I know that Jessie from Do We Know Them has said this multiple times that she's like, oh God, is this want to be one of those situations where like one person comes in, tells their story, and then the next person tells their story, and then like, I'm like, wait, no, now I believe you. Wait, no, now I believe you. And it just keeps going back and forth. Thankfully, I don't think that's the situation because I already haven't heard anything from the stylist or seen any receipts, but yet from what Farrah has covered, I already don't believe her. Like it is so bad. A little bit of a content warning. I love how I don't even give content warnings when we're talking about like PDFs, but with this I will. Sorry guys, sorry. Also, if it's a video about a PDF file, it's literally in the title and like within the first few minutes of the video. So, but Farrah is using some microaggression type terms and phrases in this video. And she's using the word ghetto to describe the place where Slay purchased the extensions from. Like, just change up your language. Just don't use that word. Just replace that word with rickety or janky or something. Like, just don't be racist. Not that hard, right? Okay, thanks.
What I'd love to see is a picture of the hair package that the hairstylist is still saying I didn't pay for, but she got paid for.
And this is the video Slay posted. And she said, I said it was the only thing she paid for, which wasn't part of the service or a collab deal. And it says 100% human Remy hair, clip-ons. It's by a brand Pure. I mean, it just looks like ones you'd get from like a wholesaler. I don't really see anything wrong with that, especially on like that much of like short notice too. I know with like ones that I've gotten before from, I can't even like the sew-ins or anything like that I've gotten. I know it can take like you need need to order them like more than a week ahead. And it seems like she didn't have this set up like a week ahead or a week in advance, right? So yeah, all she could probably get in that time frame was clip-ins. I don't know. Or maybe she took off the clips and like sewed them in. Again, I don't know. I know some people do that. She put on screen, Slay, the hairstylist, said, I think someone in the comments said biblically accurate scene kid clip-ins. Love it.
I love to see the entire communication stream, but I don't know.
I see what she's doing now. I love this. So she's taking Farrah's video and breaking it up, because at first I was like, what's going on here? Just come on screen and show everything. But no, I've been doing this a bit lately too, with like when you're debunking something of someone else's video, cutting yourself in between. Obviously it's literally like, yeah, Chelsea, that's a commentary video. But in short form, it's really helpful to do that instead of like playing all of it and then showing stuff. But so that people see like claim, debunk. Like that's amazing. I love it. So she showed the package of hair extensions and then she's like, I want to see the whole communication. Again, this is still cropped. Personally, I like when people do like a screen recording and scrolling of the whole conversation so you can pause and like actually read all of it. And so, you know, it just looks a little better that way. That's okay. Being nitpicky here. Clearly traumatized from the Nicole Arbor and Elizabeth Teckenbrock of it all. So she said, I'll send videos of current hair so you can plan. That's a great idea, actually. If you know a hair beauty for straight black hair for Sophia, 24-inch clip-in for Sophia, I can just buy from you. I was looking at Hair Houston. Keep me posted. See you Thursday. For sure on content. Make the most of it with your signature stuff people love. Great. Not horrible. Love that. So that does give us a better timeline. So that means that they did it on Thursday the 9th. So that's very interesting. Anyways, so yeah, so those clip-ins were for Sophia. Sophia wasn't getting like sew-in extensions or anything, which is probably preferred for like a middle schooler, right? Or a high schooler. Not me saying, I wish you would show a screen recording. And Slay coming in and being like, hey, future Chelsea, I see you. Let me go. I love that. Okay, so she showed her responses on Instagram and she said, thank you. Those are actually perfect. Great idea. That's what this means, apparently. I love it. Clock it. And she said, ran to Princess this morning with no luck in clip-ins, but going to check out another store in Arlington. That's a massive hair supplier store. CO is right. It was just like a hair supplier. That's normal, right? Especially on such short notice and for clip-ins. It's nothing wrong with that. If nothing else, I can also grab wefts and sew in custom clips. I've had to do that before. It sucks ass. Obviously, I'm not a professional, but doesn't matter. Whatever you got to do to make it work, right? So she sent a picture. Farrah hearted it. She said, grab these for you. So again, that shows right there that she like was a part of that communication the entire time and is misrepresenting that. Yuck.
She didn't get approval for me talking on a video that she posted.
Didn't get approval? What are you talking about? The only person who crashed out was the trashy hairdresser, and I sent the loser money. Collabs are free. Not always. And she deserves every 1 star she has for being in celebrities' DMs manipulating. What a fraud clout chaser. Enjoy the attention. There will never be another day. Wacko. Keep posting my pictures. You suck at hair and need negative poor me victim attention. Can't be kind to mentally ill users. So they were actually her videos and everything. I mean, that would make sense because Farrah was the one who was supposed to post it. Actually, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Most of the time, if you're doing a collab, if a business is doing a collab with a content creator, the content creator is the one who's going to be taking all the content so that you can post it. And like an assistant or someone, or like maybe even the business owner or whoever is with you might be taking the video with your phone, but it'll be on your phone so that you can access it, obviously, and put up the content. And then you would just do like a collaboration post or tag them in it. I don't know why I didn't think about that before, but people in the comments say, well, damn. Another person said, you sound insane. And then girl, this is not it. That is such a good point. And so probably right after, even maybe before she left, she like airdropped all the videos and stuff to her, maybe. Like that's pretty crazy.
She can't muster up the photos that look like she got the hair in a ghetto weird place. That
and Slay said, ghetto? Farrah, I support local business. I don't know what's ghetto about this successful business. They had the clip-ins you couldn't find. That's insane. I feel like what she's trying to say is like, it was, I'm not saying that Farrah Abrams is racist, but I'm thinking what she's probably insinuating is it was a Black-owned beauty supply store. Guess what? If you want good stuff, that's where you go. If you want to learn about wigs, whenever anyone asks me, oh, do you have any like suggestions on like wigs or like what tools to get and stuff? I say, don't listen to me. Go watch Black creators. Like, and obviously adjust it to like your hair texture is going to be different than theirs. So like the prep and stuff will be different a little bit here and there. But like, no, they are who you listen to. Them and drag queens, but primarily Black women. Like clearly they know what they're doing. Good Lord. Lord, gross. I hate that so much. Aren't they in like the Houston area? Or did she say Austin? I don't know Texas, man, but I do know that it definitely is full of beautiful black women who've got way better looking hair and edges than Farrah Abrams. That's for damn sure. Yikes, girl. Ew, that's disgusting. I hate that. And you could just be like, oh, it's just like like something that people say in like, what's that one word I can't say, y'all? Y'all are like, bitch, all of them. Colloquially, I cannot say that word. Definitely something that should not be a part of, it's like the R word, the one that is offensive to disabled people. Offensive to everybody, honestly. But yeah, offensive to disabled people. It's like now people are starting to say that again. And I'm like, don't do that. Don't do that. Please stop it. That's not good. So, and then she also says that they like treated them, like styled them and all that, like prior to the clients arriving too. Like that's crazy.
Receipt. Still didn't get a receipt to actually pay her, but I still paid her. She's shaking, switching, like everything. You can triangulate a million people, but baby, bees in the trap. Bees in the trap.
Am I going to Google what bees in the trap means? Yes. How white am I? It's just a meme of Maddie popping up saying, you better be joking. Bees in the Trap by Nicki Minaj means she is constantly working to make money, with bees translating to I am always or we be, and the trap referring to a place where money is made, such as a recording studio or an office. The phrase highlights a dedication to hustle and success. So that doesn't even apply to what she's saying.
100 million people could tell me a lie, but I don't get abused anymore. And I wasn't late, and I don't need to pay you.
And I wasn't late and I don't need to pay you. What? But you just said you did. Anyways, she said, looks like we can be there at 11 a.m. Please confirm. Thank you. Up to you. They may be in a great place, or if you need to move it to do best color, let me know. And she said 11 a.m. is perfect. I'll be ready for you. And that was at... Girl, why are you awake at 3 a.m.? Nothing good happens after 11 p.m., all right? Go to sleep. I say as I'm up at like 3 and 4 a.m. all the time because my kid. And she says 11 a.m. is perfect. I'll be ready for you. Take a look at your wefts when you get here. But if everything looks solid, I'll keep them in and work around them so we can maintain fullness while still getting you really clean, bright, and blended. As for the collab, I'll also have someone there capturing content so we can make sure everything turns out perfect. If you have any questions, let me know. Happy Easter.
I'm just sending a quick message. I got pulled over by a trooper, so that took like 30 minutes. Just wanted to ask.
She says she wasn't late. This was at 9 a.m., which is weird because she said she was going to be there at 11. Then she said en route ETA 12 noon. And it's like, well, what? So like you already said we're on our way, but like you're going to be an hour late.
Is your makeup person coming? Sorry, did I miss the IG or Instagram of the makeup person? Let me know either way. I think Soph might be open to it, and I will get a little glam. I just hopped in the car in my sweats, but I got my outfit for like the after look. So that'll be cute. But we look forward to seeing you. I just gotta really take my time because these troopers were like, oh my God, your front license plate's on. Oh my God, your tint. It's like they were having like a party by pulling me over. So just really am annoyed by them, and I'm waiting on my custom license plates, so it's just been a pain. I totally forgot like driving this far would probably like trigger every trooper, but yeah.
You know what's crazy is she has that on 1.5 speed and it was already too slow for me. That's insane. Oh, yikes. Okay, so she just showed that she said 15 minutes away and that was at 12:31. So she didn't get there until like 1 p.m. That's wow. Yikes. Oh my God, yikes. So on April 19th, which is this past Sunday, I literally say this past Sunday, it was 2 Sundays ago. So this bullshit has lasted an entire month. It's glorious. This is the type of TikTok bullshit I love. So this is crazy. I can't see any of it. I gotta zoom in. I'm gonna have to get this close to the screen. Get ready, all right? I'm not joking. Look how close I am to this screen. Okay. When a jealous fake mom runs her mouth and thinks I even need to grace her with a response back. The joke of the same old negativity, I am bored, and hairdressers need to take their mental health seriously and stop playing victim when she messages you first, manipulating celebs for clout. Okay, wait, so this is from Farrah. But Call Me Slay posted it. I was about to say, this does not look like Slay would have put it, acting like I know these people. This is very Farrah coded that I have to get this close to my goddamn screen to read it. Farrah, stop doing this to me. I need to cover these people more. This is glorious. This is everything I've ever wanted. Okay, so it's sad and mentally ill people sabotage their own business from running. Oh my God, there's 2 words per line. Their disrespectful mouths harassing a celebrity celebrity's a stretch, girl. And the celeb was too kind to a jealous hater. Enjoy posting my pictures because you're needy. Possessive you are. Yikes. Janelle Evans already showed you the example. I no longer respond while you throw adult tantrums online about me all day. I have real work to do playing victim on a collab you don't get paid for, but I sent you money bag emoji, but you could not. So thanks for posting up about me to get clout, and thank you for telling people to go hate on my pages. I don't think she did that. And get mental help for negative stimulus. Does Farrah know what the word stimulus means? Because I sure don't. I don't think it works here, though. Does stimulus mean support? Comment down below, because all I think is a stimulus check. I don't know. Editor, does it mean that? Put on the screen. Farrah, this is so tiny. The victim card is pathetic, and don't go into celeb DMs manipulating them. Oh my God, we're on repeat. You're possessive, a wacko, you know, the wacko you own, and cannot do hair. Free coloring is nothing. That's money. Poor you party. You are a horrible human and a horrible mom. Oh, Jesus. Stop harassing me, and you are mentally ill. Happy you did not do my daughter's hair, and happy I met 2 other amazing moms who enjoyed working with us. I could add to your 1 stars online. Apparently, they're all true. Your behavior is disgusting. Tell your man to stop buying money signs on my 18 and up online platforms. I guess Farrah still does OnlyFans. I didn't know that. Take some notes. Learn to read. Farrah. Girl, come on. And listen to the assignment. Go smoke your weed, Janelle, with your boyfriend, Kifa. Iconic. No one wants your smoke. Bye. It's not bye. She keeps going. Clout chasing wacko. Keep posting my kindness to your page. It paints the right picture that you clearly mentally deranged and are dying, DIEING, for attention, the wrong kind that no one should talk to. What is happening? The caption says, when a 12-hour rescue mission is met with a word salad, you put it to music. That's amazing. That's really, really great. This video is a creative parody, a transformative commentary on recent public statements made regarding my business. As a stylist, I stand by my work, my team, and the physical results we achieve. I am choosing to address these public claims by simply sharing the author's own words. Why does it kind of slap though? Oh my God, did she make it? Did she do that thing when people make it like an AI song? That's amazing. I haven't pressed play yet. Let's do it.
When a jealous fake mom runs her mouth, negativity 6 I.M.
That does slap, actually. That's amazing. I love the way that Slay's handling it. I think that's wonderful. I think that when you maintain your dignity, like obviously, like, yeah, sure, like what she just did was funny, and like you can have like a little kiki and haha about certain stuff and like still maintain your dignity. But I think when you like go below the belt and stuff, that's like kind of when like you lose it, you know, and it like you go off the rails a bit. And I think Farrah clearly has been done that. She's been gone from that. Dignity does not know her. So on the 19th as well, again, like I said, there's like 40 posts a day from each of these people. LB was busy this month. So Farrah releases what appears to be an ad. However, she didn't disclose it. And that was on her Instagram. It was Medicube, fix my scalp to strands. After a clout hairstylist dried my hair with bleach, scam, artist, blah, 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 whatever. This set is amazing from Medicube. And so I don't think it's an ad. I think it's more so it is an ad technically, but it's like a TikTok shop affiliate type thing. She isn't being paid by the brand, I don't think. Necessarily. Don't think Farrah Abrams is getting Medicube sponsorships. If anyone's going to get that, it's going to be like, I don't know. I feel like they'd go for more like a Jaclyn Hill or something like that, or like a Jackie Aina or something, or Nicole Guerrero, one of those instead of this person. But so that technically wouldn't have to be disclosed as like hashtag ad, but it does say at the bottom, eligible for commission. And so that clearly does show that it is an affiliate post. So that's okay. Annoying that she's doing that, obviously. And it's also ironic because it's like, okay, so who's keeping this going for clout? Is it you or her? Because it sounds like you're doing that, pulling like the Michaela Noguera of it, where it's like you have an ad coming up where you're not going to disclose it properly, but you need to make sure that you guarantee views on those certain videos to be able to meet a certain threshold and get a certain tier of a payday. And so you're going to like have a bunch of controversies right before it, so that then that next video, people think it's about whatever you're in a controversy for, but really it's a sponsorship for, I don't know, whale semen skincare. Okay, so then keep in mind at this point, we haven't even heard Slay like actually to camera go over exactly what happened. So let's go ahead and go over this. We're just gonna watch it in its entirety. I think we owe that to her. And then also, if you have me sped up, I'm speeding up her video to 1.5 speed. So you need to adjust your speed of watching my video so that you can actually understand what she's saying, okay? Don't be in my comments being like, Chelsea, slow it down. No, you slow it down.
I just wanted to hop on here and say thank you. I cannot say thank you enough for everybody's support. One of my biggest supporters during this whole thing has been Philip from Feral Hair Care, and he actually sent me some stuff. I wanted to unbox it on here, maybe while giving y'all a summary of what happened between me and old girl. Reached out to me to do a collab. It wasn't my idea. Reached out to me to do a collab, and obviously any millennial my age probably liked Teen Mom. Not saying every millennial did, whatever. Say she booked an appointment with me, asked me to do a collab. Of course, starstruck, stuck in my Teen Mom days as a millennial. I think anybody that doesn't keep up with things would have taken her as a client. She asks me after booking the collab to go and find some hair extensions, 24-inch extensions that are clip-ins, 1B, just black, straight clip-ins. In the first text, she does say wavy, kind of curly, but later in another text, she says black straight clip-ins for Sophia. So I hunted those down. I mean, everywhere that you look, you're not going to find 24-inch extensions. You're not going to find 24-inch clip-in extensions in person at a professional beauty supply store. So where did I go with 3 to 4 days notice? I went to a wig shop. They sell hair. Where was I gonna go? You couldn't find them in Houston. Where was I gonna go? Be so for real. She couldn't find them. She asked me, can you go find some clip-ins for Soph? I say yes, and I find them, and I found them the next day. Those were $169.99. After she left her appointment, after everything was said and done, after the hair was done, I texted several times and said, hey, can you pay me back for those? I asked for it in Zelle. I got it in Venmo. I digress. It's just, how can she confirm that that was my Venmo if I never gave it to her? That's the only reason I keep bringing that up, and it was just kind of like a weird, I'm not gonna do what you tell me to do kind of thing. It just felt off. From that moment on, I felt like the vibes were just going to be off. I don't know. It wasn't my intention. I was just asking for some organization within the collab and some like, hey, can you pay me back after the appointment was said and done? I didn't know that the collab wasn't going to collab. She mentioned slightly once or twice that she's going to be releasing stuff for press on Monday. But originally, whenever I signed up for the collab, it was original like prom press on the 11th. So yeah, I'm going to do the hair Thursday, and then I'm going to get to post all weekend and get tagged through the weekend on things that are related to prom. Monday came around and she just didn't like the way that I was texting her, didn't like the way that I was actually being a business owner and running my business. At least this is how I feel. But she didn't like it and thought that I was being sassy, thought that I had an attitude with her, thought that I was trying to take control out of her hands, when in fact, I'm just trying to run my business. It's not about you, dude. It's really not about you. Trying to get stuff in line so I know when to roll stuff out, because everybody in the comments wants to say, well, you need to have the rules outlined for a collab, you need to have this, that, contracts, whatever. Where was the effort from the other end? The person with the marketing degree that never received this much support in my life. Booked the appointment, asked me to collab, asked me to buy her extensions, left the appointment, got to the appointment 2 hours late, and y'all can find all like the middle details and stuff, but got to the appointment 2 hours late. We did her hair, we slayed that shit. I wasn't expecting it to come in like that. I wasn't expecting 2 hours late. She arrived 2 hours late, got pulled over, left late, whatever the excuse was, left without paying because it was a collab, and then come Monday posted to her story because I had an attitude that I was disrespectful and unprofessional, and she will not be tagging me. So long story short, the person who coordinated the collab decided to pull the collab out from underneath me after I had already done all the work. That's it.
So all of that, all of this insanity and a lawsuit and just all this bullshit from literally just that Farrah says that she was rude because she asked her to pay for the extensions that she said she would pay for. That's insane. That's insane. So here's the invoice that LB posted. She posted the screenshots of it, of the invoice that Farrah allegedly sent to Slay. So let's look at that real quick. I saw this all over social media as well, and it's really crazy. It says, final notice and final demand that the dispute, public commentary, and related conflict constitute as an illegal smear campaign. Like, chill out. Good Lord. So this is wild because it says metric type provided count 2026 market rate estimated value. And it says online audience reach 786 million. I don't know where she's getting that number. And then it says market rate, like $8 CPM. That doesn't make any sense. And then TV audience reach. Okay, so I guess she's saying this, like Farrah's saying like this is her reach that you've gotten because of me. Follower growth value, 2,000 to 22,000. So she's like saying you got these followers because of talking about me. And total, publicity, total PR management, flat fee. And so she's invoiced her for $7.1 million. Absolute delusion. And to think that you are right and to not just let it go and not to just post the pictures and videos that you have is so insane. And like her hair looks great. It does. You can see in this TikTok right here, and we'll play it, but like it looks absolutely fine. And so when she got that invoice for $7 million, Slay posted this, and the caption says $7 million with a bunch of laughing faces.
Look at
I
your
love
hair.
that. I love all these lights. Yes, let's camera action. Slay.
So if you look at the comment section from Slay's original videos about this, you can see in there, you might have to scroll a bit, but there were a bunch of hairstylists and people from that area in Texas who were like, yeah, why do you think that like she had to travel like an hour to get her hair done with you? Because she's done this to so many other people, and you know, types of collabs that are like exchange of service, and she just scams them. And so I think that's really interesting if true. And if there are other examples of that, yikes. Farrah definitely seems like the type of person that would represent herself in court. And again, just waste everyone's time. But hopefully this has resulted in more business for Slay, or even just like a larger, you know, social media following for her business. That'd be wonderful. And that is it. I hope y'all have a great rest of your day, night, weekend whenever you're watching this. Remember that if you are subscribed, your butt looks so good. I'm so sorry that my voice is funky, but I appreciate you and I love you and your butt looks good. And if you're not subscribed, I'm going to send an Etsy witch to poop in your mailbox. I don't know why it has to be an Etsy witch, but that's where we are. So make sure pooping in a mailbox a federal crime. I feel like it would be. Would that be tampering with mail? Anyways, who's to say? Not me. I'll ask the Etsy witch. All right. But to avoid that in a stinky mailbox, go ahead and subscribe and your butt will look good and you'll get a little pep talk from me at the end of the video or threats. Okay. I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.